is Basye, and because of technical difficulties, this is my picture. It's pretty beautiful. I'm not an art student at all. Who of you have heard this from a parent or anything? I put a roof over your head. Alright, that's what I thought. I hear it all the time. Well, not anymore, kind of. But technically they don't. They pay for it, but you don't really see your parents up on the roof shingling it or anything like that. And except for mine. My dad and my brother and me, and sometimes, rarely, my mother, we roof houses. And it's usually during the summer and the spring, and guys at my dad's work and people just come up or email or call or something. And it's usually a family thing. And I'm going to tell you the steps that it takes to roof a house, because it's more complex than you think. Alright, first you have to estimate the house after you talk to the person who wants their house done. You estimate it, see how much time it's going to take, how much supplies you need, the money that they need to give you either in advance so you can buy all the products, or later on they reimburse you. Different companies do a different way. We don't have a company, we're just kind of family thing. And then after you get supplies and everything out, so you have to map out when and where, or not where, but what you're going to do. And it counts in the weather and the time that it's going to take to do it. Some houses may be very small, it'll take 2 days. Other houses, we worked on one, it was a 2-story, and then it had like the top, and then they had like another like level to their house. So that took us, I think, a week and a half. And so it all just depends on the house. The worst part of roofing is the tear off. I hate it so much. You have to have a huge dumpster. The tools you need are a magnet, shovel, hammer, buckets, tarps, and that's pretty much it. But it takes a lot of energy because you have to dig into the roof and dig all the shingles off and the black paper and everything, so you can just start new, start fresh, and then you throw it down to the dumpster, and most of the time you miss. So that's when I was younger, I had to go around and pick up everything, and the nails, that's why you have the magnet, and we had like a rope on it, so I swing it around, and I'm just walking around and picking up all the nails so no one steps on it and gets hurt like I did 3 years ago. Right through my foot. Horrible. Ugh. But anyway, and then you have to pre-shingle the roof, which means that if the wood is bad underneath the original shingles, you have to replace it, nail it in, make sure everything's okay, like the house isn't going to fall down or the roof isn't going to cave in. So you redo that, and then you nail in all of the nails that you missed that are already in the wood. You nail all those down, and then you put the black paper. It's for protection, for in case there's a little hole in the shingles that no rain gets through or anything like that. It just kind of makes all the rain go down and not into the house. And then you shingle, which means you place it in order. You usually start at the bottom of the roof, like right here. You place these shingles, and then you nail them in, and the nail gun is actually pretty sweet if you are high-tech like we are. You just do it, and it's pretty awesome. And then that's pretty much it for shingling in. And then, again, another horrible part is cleaning up afterwards, because sometimes you don't do it all the way through the whole time you're roofing a house. And normally the worst part is when someone has trees or bushes or little fancy decorations. You have to make sure you didn't break them or do anything to them and fix them up, which happens a lot. And in my little picture, this is the black paper, and it usually weighs like 50 to 70 pounds, and carrying it up a ladder is very difficult. Some people get high-tech and have like pulley systems and everything, but we don't. So it's usually me and my brother having to haul those up there. And the shingles, which weigh probably more than that if you carry more than one pack. And the magnets and all loose material. It's a really complex thing, and I don't know why, but I love it. And yeah, any questions?
About how much, let's say that we're dealing with one family house, maybe 2 bedrooms, so, yeah, moderate to small size. About how much would that be for a reshingling?
We usually don't put a lot of manual money into it, like we don't get a lot out of it, maybe $100, $200, if that, depending on the house and the people. Like if they're close friends of ours or neighbors, it's like whatever, we can do it for you. And the time that goes into it usually adds up. And the materials itself, that's the thing that costs the most. We had one, we did the treasury department in Hastings. There's 5 ladies in there. We did all of their roofs in a month. And they each paid, I think, different amounts. And one, she had, it was huge. It was like 2.5 times the size of that. And we had to do everything, and there was only 3 of us. So it kind of costs a lot because of all the materials, but we don't really increase the price for anything. We just usually have a set price. Any other questions?
Okay, well, good. Thank you very much.